Hi, my name is Nathan, and today we're going to do a comic book review of The Scorched, issue number 9, brought to you by Rated Comics. Let's get to it. We begin this issue with Mark holding a medieval helmet. He knows he's holding history in his hands. He knows whoever wore in the past has been warring against evil for centuries. It's the past he's seen repeating itself once again. He sees glimpses of Spawn, Hunt, and Gunslinger Spawn fighting at Sin Devourers, Goodman turning corrupt with Spawn becoming King Spawn when he takes on the Hell Throne, and all visions he has seen before. Now he goes back to this vision of Vatican City. The year was 1347 when the Black Plague tore through countless countrysides. Fear runs rampant. Some hide indoors while others set fires to ward off rats and ghosts, and the barbarism was at an all-time high. This guard says nothing. His mission was to pull the boy from the piles of the disease and prepare him for his future, because children are forced into jobs that none should have to endure, because this empire needs more warriors to combat an enemy much worse than a sickness. They're dying because of monsters on the loose, a creature with no more compass, but instead driven through instincts and the bloodlust of doom. Those that are succumbed are treated like soiled sheets, tossed into piles of dragged off to unmarked graves and burning, hoping that fire will cleanse them forever. And this kid is looking at him like, yo, that's my brother, as he's being taken away from this guard, because the plague is coming from them after all, and it's not going to be in the form of a cough. So we see this Pope, or this guy who's entrusted by the Pope to do this sacrament on this kid. He puts him through this experiment. As he pours his sacrament, the sacrament is acid onto the kid, the flesh from the boy's forehead and the cheeks seeping down into his deceased cells for a new plague spawn to feed on. The boy dies slowly. He sees how he'll be resurrected to fight, to battle an enemy that'll consume everything it can, the Black Plague Spawn. So this is how the Black Plague Spawn was formed? Yo, this is pretty sick, but it's sad this kid had to endure such torture. But in the present day, the helmet has captured Mark's body once again. Orders from Spawn are to sit and wait. The Hell Knight doesn't care. Redeemer's like, yo, where you going? I have an old matter to attend to, says Medieval Spawn, which is Mark inside of Medieval Spawn. Don't follow. Plague is my fight. We have known each other as long as you have known Reaper. And those words shake Redeemer because he knows the answer to that riddle is forever. So Reaper's like, yo, why'd you let him go, Redeemer? I know you've seen it in the future like I have others. They don't understand. What, is it because Jessica Priest, Spawn is the traitor? No, but I know events are coming and she's at the heart of it. So Redeemer's like, okay, show me, Reaper. And he shows him a glimpse of the Scorched. Into the future, he knows the Scorched will die, but not how they will perish. Traitors aren't his concern. Reaper and the survival of his world are his only goals. And Redeemer's like, yo, man, may God have mercy on him, because this is brutal right here. So the question is, which domino is going to fall that will bring the world to its knees? And that's what the Scorched now face. Metallic giant soldiers known as Sin Devourers, and their single purpose is to wipe every living spawn off of existence, and that's what the Scorched is dealing with right now. So Sin Devourers like, okay, encircle the targets. It's a tactic that's very old. Surround your enemy from all sides, then attack him as a swarm. Spawn is like, okay, everyone in battle formation. But that old tactic that the Sin Devourers are using also forces their enemies to rise and defend themselves. So they start scanning to see what the best form of attack is. Their technology is a needed part of their process, but it comes with a cost, and that cost is time. Enough time for the heroes to analyze the situation too. So while the Sin Devourers are scanning Spawn, Hunt, and Kilgore and Gunslinger Spawn, which they found no matches on, Spawn's already got a battle formation through experience what they're gonna do. So Sin Devourers, okay, terminate all except for Gunslinger, and they let out a blast and go to work. And Kurt is like, yo, I'm going in for the kill. It's the armor. I'll kill it from the inside. And the Sin Devourers like, don't you see what we are? We've been built to destroy each and every one of you. Though most spawns were born in hell, one of them was rejected. A spawn who itself is built of sickness and destruction. The one who has patient zero. Plague Spawn, and he emerges from behind the Sin Devourers. So Medieval Spawn sees he's like the plague, and he goes in on his green knight horse as he goes in for the kill, because he's never forgotten. He's never forgotten what happened in the past, and he wanted this since he had to bury his family in the past. And his prize is to kill Plague Spawn. So Spawn had asked each of her team what they need and what they were, and Medieval Spawn said it was revenge on the church, but he lied. He wanted Plague Spawn. That's why he joined the group. Now we get this flashback of the boy after he got the acid put on it. He had to be put through this torturous test to kill his brother, to kill his sibling, and inside his brother, the real Plague Spawn emerged, and he had to kill him too. And it's just a brutal, crazy, sad story right here, man. But I'm gonna get into the meat of this book when Medieval Spawn goes in. And some of the Scorched teams offered to help Medieval Spawn, but he refused their help. He doesn't want their help. He doesn't want anyone's help because the beast can best be drawn out if he faces it alone. And keep in mind that beast is Plague Spawn. His allies will need to deal with the Sin Devourers himself, as his focus is strictly upon Plague Spawn. So he charges in. He's tunnel vision on Plague Spawn, and that ass is his. At least so it seems. And so they all watch the Sin Devourers, She Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn, Hunt, momentarily engrossed by Medieval's charge. And he goes to the Sin Devourer, and Plague Spawn's looking at Medieval Spawn like, yo, man, you coming at me strong, brother, with that thunder. And the Death Horde pushed its own limits to the enemy that's revealed in suffering of humans for hundreds of years. And the only motion, the only gesture the beast makes is to allow a knowing smile to cross its face. Medieval Spawn puts his blade, his sword, through the back of his head, out through its mouth, and yes, it seems to be glad at what's about to happen next. Medieval Spawn seems to have victory. But because the girl Medieval Spawn lent his cape to in Russia, Natasha, remember that from a few issues back? She had been imbued by Plague's cancerous touch. She Spawn, Hunt, and Gunslinger, all they can do is watch in horror. But Plague released her as Medieval sword struck, so she would be the victim of the knight's death blow, not Plague. That's a plot twist. He thought he was going after the boy in history, but in reality, he got the girl, so Plague is still out there. And she would become another innocent casualty of this unholy war. And that's where we end this issue. I like the Scorched series. It's not as good as Gunslinger Spawn or King Spawn or even Spawn comics. I personally think Scorched is trying to find its bearings here because it's not easy writing a team up, in my personal opinion. But I still enjoy the read, and I still enjoy doing this, and I still enjoy this read. This is a fun read. Do I think it's worth adding to your comic book collection? I think so. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. Call me biased, but I personally dug it. I mean, link in description if you wish to add this comic book to your comic book collection. Support the art, support the industry. With that being said, The Scorched, issue number 9. What you guys think of the comic book? Comment below, let me know. And also, if you like the content we're throwing up, you know what to do. Don't be shy, don't be stingy. Here at Rated Comics, we do awesome comic book reviews, comic book related content with the occasional comic book giveaway. And don't forget to check us out on our other social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, as well as Whatnot, where we do online auctions. And this review is sponsored by Coffee. Yes, coffee gives me the ability to do these reviews, and it gives you the energy to do so. So if you'd like to buy your boy a cup of coffee, link in description. But the greatest compliment you can do is by liking the video and subscribing to this channel. Thanks again for watching. Until next time.